What is good? This is ahead of the spread presented by Wager Talk. We're going to check out the two games tomorrow in the NBA playoffs. We're going to check out the open numbers, any line movement that we see, key matchups and angles, so you have an early edge on those two games. I'm Ronald Cabang. Got Ski Profit here with me today. Before we talk about the games, we always talk about how we did today. In the NBA, I went 1-1. Had under on both of the games. I don't know why I keep taking the under on that Cleveland. It's just Cleveland, Cleveland and
I
Indiana. So
told you after
this should
game
be
one, I was done with that.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
So stupid. I could have took a team total under and hit, but I tried to go full game. It is what it is. Went 1-1. How'd your day go today, Ski?
I had Thunder first half. That was a winner. And I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I've been on here. I know we had a couple of days off for Saturday and Friday, but I missed what Thursday. So
Yeah, Thursday.
I know I've won 6 out of 8 since you guys
Yeah,
last saw me. So
the day that you weren't there, you went 3-0. I
yeah.
remember. Yeah. So
So it's been pretty solid since then.
mhm. Sounds good. All right, we got two games tomorrow. We got Boston, New York. We got Minnesota and Golden State. So New York leading that series 2-1. We got Minnesota leading that one 2-1. Let me go ahead and start sharing the screen here. Window. I don't know what they did with these screens. All right, so we got odds logic here. We got the customized books across the board. You have injuries alerts. You can customize the sports that you have on the page as well. If you want to try that out, 7-day free trial in the link in the description below. First game up, Boston, New York. You got Boston open up at -6. This is moved up to 6.5. There's still a 6 at Pinnacle. Total 209. This is like a mixed board. So you got 209s, 209 and a half, 208 and a half. So make sure you line shop depending on what you want with that total. We go over to the money baller. We got some baller systems on the under. Boston took care of business in the last game. They won by 22. They have been going under for the most part in this series. Ski, what are your thoughts on this one?
It's a lot of different things to think about, but Boston able to put a full game of shooting together. I guess they're shot what 50% from three,
Mm-hmm.
and surprisingly, it still went under in that game, right? So that just shows you how good their defense has been. Every game they've been up by 20 plus. I think they're clearly the better team. It's
Yep.
just they haven't executed down the stretch. So I think they'll come out with the same hunger that they had in this game. I do think New York will have a better focus too,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I'd have a hard time betting against the Celtics in this spot. That's kind of how I feel. I know it gets to at the end of the game, it could be a close game and they just win.
Mm-hmm.
I do think also both of these teams play slow. Boston has shown, they can win with defense. I think
Yep.
the Knicks, after this last game, giving up 50% from three, I think they come in and try to play defense too. So under or Celtics, that's what I'm trying to look at here.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I do think that the under is the right way to go here. I mean, New York shot, they just continue to struggle from the free throw line. They went 24 for 35, 68% there, 20% from three, 40% from the field altogether. I mean, they were struggling all over the place. Boston's defense has always been one of the top, in the league. When it like what you said though, shooting 50% from three, I think the Knicks will be able to hopefully limit that a little bit. I do lean towards the under there with you. Another thing to mention too, I think that the longer this series goes, I feel like it benefits the Celtics a little bit more, right? Just how the rotations are with New York, how much they rely on Brunson and Cat specifically, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, I feel like they just haven't been able to trust any of their role players in this series. And then those, obviously those two games where Boston lit up in the fourth quarter, they came back. They just had that momentum to close out the games and ended up getting it done. I think Boston's probably tired of that. Obviously, they made the adjustments. They changed what they needed to do to close out the previous game. Um, I would look towards the Celtics the rest of the way too. I don't know. I mean, obviously it depends on the number, but um, like I said, I think the longer the series goes, it benefits the Celtics a little bit more. So definitely under or Celtics with you there. Let's go to game two.
Yeah, what Blue said. If you guys could hit the like button for us, it definitely helps the show out. And yeah, we appreciate it.
Yep. Obviously, I mean, it's gonna help us out with the show. Let's wager talk no to continue the show as well. So definitely appreciate that. Uh, game two here, we got Minnesota open up at 5.5. We're seeing some fives, some 5.5. So line shot there. The total 199.5 at open. This has come up to as high as 200.5. We got Pinnacle of FanDuel there, some 200s, and then a couple 199.5 still available as well. Over at the money bars system, $1 system on the under here. Uh, Minnesota obviously without Curry, Golden State's offense has continued to struggle. Um, I mean, I can only continue looking at the under and the Minnesota side. One thing that we could probably look at also is the Warriors team total under, because I feel like if they are going to cover the game, they're gonna do it with defense, in my opinion. So it would probably be an under game if they don't cover. Obviously, they're not gonna hit their. I would think that they won't hit their team total either. So that one has been sort of a pretty solid bet lately. The Warriors team total under without Curry. I think during the regular season too, I believe it was like 9-3 to the team total under without Curry, what with Butler on the squad. So actually, majority of those games were without Butler on the squad. So that continues to be a pretty good trend there. What are your thoughts on this one?
Um, well, I have a hard time. I have a hard time looking at the Timberwolves. I mean, I know they won that last game,
Hmm.
but I mean, the Warriors were winning. I mean, Warriors had that game,
They
and
kept it close.
that they still covered. I mean, they had it. They could have won though. They very well could have won. I know Jimmy contributed a hell of a lot. I feel like you still can get more from the other guys. And I always say, role players, especially in the playoffs, you can trust them to play better at home. So I do think this next game, get a little bit more contributions from everybody. Also, Draymond fouled out in that last game. He's
Hmm.
a big deal for this team. I think that, I mean, the Warriors already showed us that they can keep it competitive, if not win. Why wouldn't they do it in a desperation spot? Like, um, I know Warriors, both teams shot well. I mean, Minnesota shot 38% from three. Warriors, I believe, shot like 44% from three.
Hmm.
Um,
But
so
the but
yeah,
the volume on those threes on the Golden State side ski was only they only shot 23. So it's not that high. So they're really relying on those turnovers. They forced 18 turnovers. Um, I mean, you think that's why I was looking at their team total under because, like I said, if they're gonna cover with defense. Not, I don't think they're
when you
gonna do
say
what
their team total under, whose team total are you talking about?
the Warriors because in my opinion, they covered without. I think if I'm looking at it correctly, they covered without going over their team total.
In the
Um,
last game?
in the last game
I think they went over their team total in the last game.
by a half point, was it? Or
I think they did. I mean, 90.
they scored 97.
I think the team total was 95 and a half. No?
That was 95.5 in the game before it because the spread was 11.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I say I lean towards Warriors, so I don't want to bet their team total under. I think
gotcha.
that even in the games that they've the last game they've covered every game really, 5 games I believe without Steph at home.
Mhm.
Um, because I feel like they can cover, I don't want their team total under. I do think they can cover and the game can go under though, because that's the kind of style they have to play to win. It's got to
Exactly.
be a defensive game, like to what we were just talking about. I mean, Wolves shot 38% from three, Warriors shot 44% from three, and the game still stayed under. I mean, you kind of mentioned it's the volume of threes for the Warriors, and I mean, if they're gonna shoot that good, and still stay under.
Mhm.
Why can't we bank on that again? Maybe they don't even shoot that good this next time.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think the thought process. is pretty similar. Just the bet, the outcome that I'm thinking about is a little bit different because I think that Golden State could cover. I think that there's a potential for Golden State to cover, but like I said, if they cover, I think it's gonna go under as well. I think that's their path of covering is with defense. But at the same time, there could be a path for Minnesota to kind of find a way offensively to go off because I don't I think they're a lot better at taking care of the ball than what they looked like in that previous game. 18 turnovers. I think during the season they've been one of the better teams that. Oh, actually, well, during the postseason they've been really struggling. So I guess it is a thing during the postseason. They've been struggling at taking care of the ball. Um, I don't know. I can agree with the under for sure. Any were you looking at any props at all?
Um, I didn't. I'm trying to think. I mean, just how the series has gone. I mean, I feel like it's been Rudy Gobert rebounds. It's been Nas Reed points and rebounds. It's
Mhm.
been um what can I say here? Those are the two I think for Minnesota. For the Warriors, I mean, I would just be betting on Jimmy's props. I would bet on him. I don't have any reasoning besides
Mhm.
playoff Jimmy's gonna have to carry the load if I think Warriors are gonna have to cover. So those are the only props I really like in that game.
You remember when I think the first game
Oh,
after
Kaminga. Yeah, Kaminga's a
Kaminga,
good
I was
call out.
just gonna say that the first game after Curry was obviously injured, we talked about who would step up, and Kaminga was one of the names, and he definitely stepped up in that previous game. So
He's
um
also gonna have to have a good game for them to cover and win. So
yeah,
I agree.
yeah, I like it. All right.
Hey, you know what? Swish says Randall. Um, I mean, they're playing through Randall a lot, and I think maybe Anthony Edwards is still a little banged up, a little hurt, but they had
Mhm.
success playing through Randall. The spacing was pretty good. I mean, maybe betting on his props some way, shape, or form could be a good way to go too.
Yeah, he
You know,
definitely has the volume.
we saying all these props, and then we like the under on the game though. So
That's true. That is true. But I mean, like they're gonna play majority of the minutes, so that's
that,
probably the reason why.
that means Gobert rebounds.
I like it. All right, let's get to the top look ski. I'll stop sharing the screen. Yeah. Any last words and then top looks?
Yeah, just appreciate everybody's tapping in for the late night show. Hopefully everybody enjoyed Mother's Day, celebrated with, the ladies that are special to you. And just looking through here in the chat real quick, usual suspects in there, seeing if there's anything else, maybe a question. Um, don't really see anything, but yeah, reminder again, hit the like button for us. Definitely helps out the show. Let's the higher ups at Wager Talk know that we should keep doing it. Make sure you guys also subscribe so you know whenever stuff is live at Wager Talk. And I think that's it. So top looks, still looking, but Blue said, make up your mind. Hey, I'm not betting any props. How about that? He just asked me if I got it, if I like any, if I had to. All right, top looks. It would be Celtics and under, Warriors and under. That's what I think are the best looks for tomorrow.
All right, for me, I agree with that first game, Celtics or the under. In the second game, I was looking towards that Golden State team total under specifically, or just the under in general. Definitely agree towards the unders. All right, with that said, guys, that is the end of the show. We will be back tomorrow, 10 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow will be my last show for a week or so. I'll be out in the Bahamas, but Rob Vino will be coming in to replace me for a few shows. Are you guys changing the time ski, or are you gonna keep it at the same time?
Nah, it's gonna be pretty much the same time. I mean, like if the games end a little early, we might start a little early just because Ravino's on the East Coast. But for the
Mhm.
most part, probably like same time, maybe 30 minutes earlier.
All right, sounds good. All right, with that said, guys, fade or follow. It is on you to make that call. Good luck with all your action. Until next time, peace.